From the capital city of Charleston, West Virginia, this is Inside West Virginia Politics with Mark Curtis. Inside West Virginia Politics is brought to you by AARP West Virginia, your ally for real possibilities in the Mountain State.
Good Sunday morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Inside West Virginia Politics. I'm your host, Mark Curtis. Coal is in the headlines in a huge way this week, and right now I want to introduce the Senior Vice President of the West Virginia Coal Association, Chris Hamilton. Great to have you on the program again. You are here because former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg proposed spending $500 million of his own money to eventually shut down the coal and the natural gas industry, not only in West Virginia and Appalachia, but all across the United States by 2030, and that's coming up quick. Your reaction?
We're very disappointed in the mayor's proposal. When we first became aware, it was almost disbelief. Here we go again, you know, and it's going to be formidable. I mean, we think his proposal is going to be very difficult to carry through, but nonetheless, you know, it appears that we're in for another round, another war on coal, where an individual, a very wealthy individual, has taken upon itself to partner with the Sierra Club to try to influence state policy and the elections of those individuals that are close or support the coal industry.
You mentioned at the state level, and that's very unique. I think Michael Bloomberg is essentially, you know, punted on Congress. He thinks Congress is bought and sold on this issue, so he's bypassing lobbying there. He wants to put all of his lobbying efforts, and $500 million will buy a lot of lobbyists. He wants to put all the efforts into the state capitals and into city halls around the country. What do you think of that strategy?
Well, I don't know. I don't know about the strategy, but he's going to be met with a lot of opposition here in Heartland and here within the Appalachian coal fields. I think there's some 14, 15 states that rely, you know, extremely heavily on again, it's just not coal, but it's all fossil fuel production. It's natural gas. It's the guys that haul and transport the coal and the other fuels. It's the pipeline workers. It's the downstream manufacturers that ought to be outraged and have already expressed a lot of opposition. It's all the utility workers, and of course our in-state coal-fired utilities. So there's a broad-based coalition of individuals, probably upwards of 1 million people throughout America, that are directly impacted by this.
Yeah, I want to mention to our viewers, because this is not just a West Virginia story. I looked up the highest coal-producing states in the United States. West Virginia is number 2 behind Wyoming. Kentucky's number 3, Pennsylvania's number 4, and Maryland, Virginia, and Ohio are all in the top 20. So West Virginia and its 5 surrounding states are all in the top 20 of the biggest coal-producing states in the country. This is a big deal beyond our borders, isn't it?
Oh, it is. There's no question about it. I mean, it's a direct attack on our business, of course, and on our state, and on all of our working families here within West Virginia.
What do you plan to? You guys are very active in lobbying the state legislature, the Coal Association, and you're also part of the Business and Industry Council. What are you guys going to do to counter this at the Capitol in the upcoming session, if need be?
Well, I'm not sure we need to. We have a big concern about our state capitol here. In fact, we welcome Mr. Bloomberg's plan to make a visit to West Virginia and be met with the same type of opposition, and in some areas hostility, because you're coming after people's livelihoods. I mean, that's what this really boils down to. You know, here's an individual in New York, of all places, who's wanting to come and basically do away with all of our fossil fuel jobs, again, not only here in West Virginia, but the 5, 6 state area across America. It's just unfathomable that an individual would want to use his wealth to try to destroy hundreds of thousands of good-paying energy-related jobs.
But let me play devil's advocate here, because you know, he's talking about new energy, solar, wind power, other forms of renewable energy. I look at West Virginia, I see some of these, you know, abandoned or the finished mountaintop removal sites that are flat. Looks like a great place to put a solar array or a wind farm. Why not the energy industry as it is now get into the new alternatives?
Well, I think that's occurring on some sites. You know, we actually have a high level of wind production. I forget the actual statistics, but on a per capita basis, you know, seems to me West Virginia's in the top 10 of wind production, and we embrace that. And we fully embrace the development and expansion of our renewable portfolio, think that it has a place. But there's also concerns over the depletion of base energy, base load energy, and that's coal, and that's natural gas, and that's nuclear power. And we're seeing a lot of concerns elevated with respect to terrorism attacks, homeland security issues, national defense. When you weaken the grid to the point where it can't sustain the current load that our culture and country depends on.
All right, well, we're going to keep up on this issue. This is not going to be decided in a day or a week. It's going to be months and years. We're going to keep on top of it. We'll have you back again. Chris Hamilton from the West Virginia Coal Association, thanks for being with us today. And we're going to have more of Inside West Virginia Politics, including an opposing view after this break. Stay with us.
Thank you, Mark.